We go and play in Jerusalem, and I literally had just checked in the game. Like, I think I might have played only a minute and 30 seconds maybe. And a regular play, I mean, I did the same thing over 1,000 times probably.
Am auzit o trosnitură destul de mare.
If you were watching the game, you could hear it from the TV, me screaming and yelling like, it snapped, it snapped. I felt it immediately. So, and I knew it was bad then. From the initial shock, the pain that went through my arm.
În primele fracțiuni de secundă când s-a întâmplat și am văzut că strigă foarte tare, mi-am dat seama că e o accidentare serioasă.
Obviously, I didn't know much about Romania. Definitely didn't know really anything about Cluj, honestly. I had some friends that played in Romania before that kind of told me about the league a little bit. And when I was in Israel, I played against Oradea before in Champions League. But I only heard good things about it. Only heard really great things about the city from other guys. But coming off of having a back injury while I was in Italy, wasn't sure where I was going to go the next season. And then my agent came to me talking about, you know, UBT Cluj. And I'm like, where is this? What is this about, you know? Got on the phone with Coach Silva, and he was telling me all these great things about here and how much they wanted me, and I still wasn't sold. I'm like, I don't know, man. Romanian basketball, I'm not familiar with it.
Țin minte că eu l-am vrut și înainte de 2019. După sezonul pe care l-a avut în Israel, am întrebat de el, i-am făcut scouting, însă nu a fost cazul. El atunci a avut un sezon foarte bun și aveam ca și competiție pe Juventud Badalona, ceea ce nu cred că se punea în discuție să ne aleagă pe noi. Însă mă bucur foarte mult că am reușit să-l aducem în 2019, după un sezon al lui nu foarte reușit, cu presărări, cu niște accidentări.
They were real persistent about how bad they wanted me here and how much they wanted me to come and just be myself. So I felt like it was a great, situation for me. Ended up signing here, and the first year came. Expectations was, immediately, their goals is to win.
Din primul moment în care a venit, partea de pregătire fizică din presezon, s-a arătat ca a fi un jucător extrem de profesionist și muncitor. Și-a arătat calitățile de lider încă de pe atunci, în primul rând prin puterea exemplului.
Literally that first week I got back home after a practice pretty tired and everything and told my wife, yeah, I think this is the right decision.
După acel prim sezon, țin minte că nu el a fost primul nostru capitan atunci.
When they announced it in front of the team, it was actually in a preseason trip. Coach Silva and Dushko, they got the whole team out and announced, look, we want to name our captain this season, Pat, and I was like, wow, but I loved it. I always felt like I was a leader from the beginning, and it was an honor for me, for sure. Pressure, I guess, was on, for the new team that was coming to try to start something up, start the winning tradition back. That first year, we went from qualifications to FIBA Europe Cup to making it to the quarterfinals of it. Obviously, that was the first year that we ended up winning the cup in Romania since I've been here. And literally each year we just kept on building, man. We're ready to go and try to win a title, and we ended up winning one where we were able to have fans. Next year, tried to qualify again for Champions League. That's when we probably had, one of the craziest seasons in Romanian history, I guess you can say. We ended up going to the quarterfinals once again. We were one game short of making the Final Four, but that was the first time we sold out BT Arena 2 times in a row in the playoffs against Ludwigsburg. So it was great. You can see that the trajectory of the club was just going up constantly. Basketball in the city was booming. Obviously after that year, we got an invitation to be in the Euro Cup, which was like, wow, that's what I liked about being here and staying here, was that literally every year it was like the next step. We kept building step by step. It wasn't let's try to skip steps, go 3 steps ahead. No, every single year, one at a time. This is family for me. I have a lot of pride for this black and white, I mean, it means a lot to me. You know, it's not just I'm just a part of just being at a club. You know, it's my 6th season here. Everything is more personal to me because I really feel it. Obviously, last year we had probably the best season for sure in Cluj history, but also in Romanian basketball history for sure. Be a quarterfinalist in the Euro Cup, hosting a home game here in the playoffs. Yeah, man, just a lot of success with some failures along the way, but a lot of success each year building it.
And then came probably the toughest year of your life with losing your father.
I don't talk about it too much, you know, because it's still real fresh, and it's coming up on 1 year that this happened. But losing my dad was the hardest thing ever that I had to probably deal with in my life and still deal with. So obviously that was devastating, heartbreaking, all the sad, negative words you could think of. But me being here and it happening while I was playing for this club and this organization, it couldn't have happened at I don't want to say I guess you could say a better time, like, because I knew that these guys had my back. This club had my back and supported me like 1,000%. My dad was coming to games from the first year, and everybody felt like they knew him for years. So, you know, and my mom as well, you know, being here and having the support of the club and them and coach for sure, they were there for me, you know. And like I said, the hardest thing I've been through, still going through daily. I just try to take it one day at a time. I mean, the fans, they were behind me. I mean, everybody in the community, so many messages and things like that, you know, to get through that situation and try to continue to get through it. I still receive now, you know. So, yeah, it's difficult, man, but, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I continue to go every single day and try to continue to be better every day. I had been dealing with this knee issue for the longest, and now I finally had a break where it was no national team, nothing in the summer I had to do, so I had a chance to get the procedure done. Had a few things, you know, going on with my knee. Mostly it was like cleaning up inside just to try to prolong my career a little bit longer, you know. And dealing with that was tough though, because that was the first time I ever had surgery in my life. I never had surgery before. So dealing with that, you know, starting with the rehab was difficult, you know, to get that strength back. And all summer, like literally every day, just trying to get the strength back, trying to get as strong as possible. So when I come back here, I could be as ready as I possibly can be to get back with the team. But you know, when I came back, I wasn't fully recovered. So got back here and continued the recovery process, and was just trying to get as strong as possible to get back on the court. Finally did come back, but still wasn't 100% for sure. But just wanted to get out there and try to help, you know, as much as possible. You know, it's hard whenever you're not able to just be yourself, man, like on the court. So, you know, I still just tried to fill that role of being a captain, being a leader, vocally mostly. Play a few minutes here and there to try to help. But like I said, I really wasn't myself. But I was getting there. Step by step, I was getting there slowly but surely. Definitely was almost close to getting back to myself.
Banca Transilvania Cluj dă piept cu Hapoel Banchia Hav Ierusalim.
A regular play we call shirt 2, which is like my play now since I've been here so long. It's a play we run. Came off for a handoff, and the defender that was guarding Deshaun at the time was our big guy, handing the ball off to me, deflected the ball. And when he deflected, it kind of bounced off my leg and fell on the floor. So instinct from playing basketball forever, I mean, I just went to reach, instead of diving on the floor, I went to reach down and just hit the ball up to myself instead of diving on the floor. The guy dove for the ball, and when he dove for the ball, he fell directly into my arm.
Patrick Richard pierde însă mingea. Speedy Smith pe contraatac. Se aud urlete din partea lui Patrick Richard și jocul este oprit. Pare a fi o accidentare foarte gravă. Urlete care se aud clar în această arenă destul de goală.
Honestly, the first thing I thought about was my dad. And what he would tell me at that moment in time, you better not cry. Don't show him your weakness. He would always tell me that growing up as a kid. Never show him your weakness, even if you're hurting in pain, don't show him. And I'm like, do not cry, Pat. Like, that's the main thing you can't do. Do not cry, whatever.
Nu, nici cred că probabil dacă m-ar fi întrebat cineva, aș fi zis că o fractură de antebraț e ultima accidentare care ar putea să fie în poziția în care erau jucători.
Nu mă așteptam să-l văd zâmbind în ziua respectivă. A luat-o ca atare, s-a întâmplat, mi-a și zis, e primul meu os rupt la 35 de ani și pentru mine a fost un semnal că putem începe și recuperarea, să zic așa, din punct de vedere mental.
Recuperarea lui Pet e foarte lungă. Momentan constă în foarte puține lucruri și asta din cauza limitărilor impuse după operație.
So right after surgery, the first 3 weeks, literally I could do nothing. Like I literally had to sit at home, take medicine because I was constantly in pain. With my hand being numb, every time I moved, the nerves shooting all the way up down my arm, like, so it was real painful, real difficult.
În mod normal, după o operație de genul, de obicei prima etapă este recâștigarea mobilității. După primele 3 săptămâni în care n-avea voie să facă mai nimica, am primit acceptul să începem să lucrăm la mobilitate, adică pe flexia și extensia cotului și pe mobilitatea articulației mâinii.
Man, you're killing me. This is a good pain. To get better, it's a good pain. Struggling to get this. And they told me this can go fast, like this can go real quick. But the long part is the healing on the inside. He's here. This hurts. Good thing is that I can finally move again. Super thankful, literally every single day coming in here working, them being hands-on with me, helping me with the recovery. Like I said, I can't do so much yet. Like now, I mean, as you see, I don't have the sling anymore. I can stretch my arm out, you know, stuff like that. So seeing those little small gains is uplifting for me personally, you know, even if it's the slightest thing, just to be able to constantly do something to improve and being able to move now. I mean, so, you know, like I said, for 3 weeks, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't get comfortable. So now seeing some things, some improvements is helping me from a mental state for sure.
Try to use the hand, but to see how you feel. It's not going to be that shock when you do this.
Whew. Yeah, it's tough. Oh, my hips. Burning. 10 times. 10 times. Obviously work hard, work on other things too, not just my arm recovering, working on my knee as well. That I had a procedure in the summer for my knee, just to get that better. So when I do come back, that is no setbacks and I'm ready to go and just be my normal self. Obviously in the back of my head is like, when am I gonna be back? Just to, you know, experience being out there with the team again, the players. I mean, obviously the best fans I ever played for, being in front of them again. But if I think too much on that, I'll start to rush myself. So it's like I take it one day at a time. Literally every day of the therapy is like the next step. So literally, yeah, one day at a time, man, with everything. But also still staying in the loop with basketball, like constantly. Like I'm always watching the team, always talking to coach, talking to the players, even if I'm not presently there. Then when I am there, I'm engaged. I just want to be there and want to be out there to help them as much as I can. Physically I can't, but still, you know, talking to the guys, being the captain of the team, and they respond to me real well. So just being there and being positive, you know, for them, because they were with me. When the injury, they all messaged me, they all were concerned. So I was just trying to still be there with the guys and for them.
Momentan suntem la 4 săptămâni de la operație. Pe flexie suntem reveniți aproape la normal, iar extensia mai avem câteva grade de câștigat, dar suntem în cărți, cum ar veni.
I think my body will tell me if I'm rushing as well. Internally is where the healing is takes a while because I literally broke a bone, two bones. So I have to let that heal from inside, and that's what the X-rays are for, to continuously go back and see how it's healing from that aspect.
După următoarea radiografie o să vedem dacă putem să începem și cu ușoară încărcare pe antebraț.
Good news.
Nu e o chestiune de un singur om, ci sunt mulți oameni în spate. De la medicul care l-a văzut prima dată, de la medicii care l-au văzut după aceea în spital, de la radiografie, de la radiografia care a ajuns la medicul nostru care se ocupă de echipă, de la intervenția chirurgicală, după aia recuperarea care are o echipă în spate. Sunt mulți factori care pot să influențeze.
Clinically, how do you feel?
A lot better. I mean, okay, the strength is not there, obviously, but the range of motion, that's what I've been working on mostly the last, 3 weeks.
Okay.
The first 3 I couldn't do anything, I was just in a sling.
Okay.
And then I started doing more
So
range of
you
motion.
can stretch your elbow completely?
Yeah.
Turn your thumbs to the side. Okay. Do you feel any tension?
Right here.
It's almost there, but you feel this tension in your forearm.
Yes.
Direction is anatomically correct. It was replaced. Okay. Here you can see this double shadow.
Yeah.
That's the new bone growing. So it's okay. Stretch. Good. Okay. Looks good.
All right. It sounds good.
In these steps, it's okay.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Dar să nu facă efort mare. Noi cădem cu minte. Da? Deci
Obviously, the last 12 months have probably been the most difficult in my life for sure. But I still, I take the positives with the negatives. I'm able to spend more time with my family, able to be there, being more of a present father, being there constantly every single day.
Dad, we're a team.
We're a team.
Yeah. We all get we're the team.
And they always smiling. They don't realize fully. I mean, they know I'm hurt, but they just happy Dad's home. They make me smile. They keep me pushing. Little things that I always miss, seeing that joy in their faces, it still motivates me to get back to doing what I love. Being able to help my wife more because it's normally just her on her own with 3 kids, which is very, very difficult.
Keep up, Dad. Keep up. Whoa.
Focusing on other things, like I'm writing a book at this time. I've been writing it for the last year. So I'm at the ending stages of it, focusing more on that, finishing that. Always having conversations with my wife, my mom, because my mom was here when it happened too. So them being there, hands-on, helping me with everything, just continuously motivating me look, this is not it. This is just another bump in the road. I mean.
Și în a doua parte a recuperării am început să lucrăm cu greutăți. Recuperarea merge foarte bine, mâna se simte foarte bine, chiar am început să și creștem greutățile. De la antrenament la antrenament se simte mult mai bine, prinde un pic de încredere în mână.
Man, just thankful and grateful to be able to run again, to lift things around just in the house. I mean, just little stuff like that to feel a little more normalized. But the most fun part is that I'm able to be able to run and get back to kind of basketball duties, I guess you could say. Got some weights now, boy. Excited, man, just to see progress, seeing progress. So that means we're doing something right.
Aici vorbim de un sportiv de performanță și un sportiv cu experiență. Un sportiv cu experiență și experiența lui Pat și Pat, ca și personalitate și tot, e unul dintre cazurile care merge din punct de vedere psihic, oarecum merge din inerție. Nu trebuie să intervii foarte mult din afară. Nu poți să zici că are momente de astăzi e bine, mâine e rău, nu se schimbă foarte mult. El rămâne liniar, rămâne pe o linie, dar e ascendentă.
Don't look too hard,
De la început, de când a venit la echipă, a fost unul dintre jucătorii mei preferați. E serios, vine la toate programările, își vede de treabă, e familist. Tot timpul vorbim și de ce fac copiii și așa.
Yeah. dad mode. Last night we were playing board games and stuff.
E, cred că, capitanul perfect al unei echipe, să zicem așa.
No pain in my knee, bro. Unbelievable. While I was playing, before I broke my arm, I couldn't do like lunge. I couldn't do this. It's crazy. Nobody knew that, but
They will now.
they will now for sure. But I mean, I was fighting through stuff like that. You know, I don't show on the outside because that's not me. But only so much sulking I can do. Got to get over it and just get back to work. So I was telling Ika, I said the last time I wore these shoes is when I broke my arm.
Chiar zilele trecute, când am început să facem și niște sărituri sau așa, am zicea că genunchiul și-l simte chiar mai bine decât în toamnă când a început antrenamentele.
Man, just trying to focus on myself right now and getting the most healthy as I possibly can. So when I do come back, it's no setbacks at all. It's like straight back into just being myself, you know, on the court. So excitement, I guess you could say, but patience too.
A evoluat, cred că, mai bine decât ca la carte, ca să zicem. De la zi la zi se vedea progres. Asta l-a și ajutat să fie optimist și așa, să simtă că în fiecare zi e tot mai bine, tot mai bine.
Thinking about my dad, what he would tell me, like, man, he would always say, don't show your weaknesses. So even when you're hurt, don't let them see. So I always hear him yelling in the back of my mind constantly, and just getting back to, I mean, doing what I love. Like that's, you know, having strength to do that. I mean, that says it in itself. You know, I just miss it. I mean, I love to do it. So, you know, from the outside looking in, like I want to be there with the guys going through battle every single day. I still try to be there as much as possible. From them naming me captain 4 years ago, so I don't take it lightly, even if I'm not on the court. I still got them duties, I feel, you know, before games, giving them some little pep talks about trying to motivate them, you know. Come on, baby. Let's go, White. Hey. What he said, bro? What he said, bro? We all know how important this game is. All right, everybody should know that. They cannot out-effort us, period. That's all it is. From an offensive standpoint, we do what we do, but defensively, they can't out-effort us. They can't get the 50-50 balls over us at our house. All right, we got to protect the crib. All 6 of these matter, bro. One at a time. Come on. Let's go get one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Especially at games, like I can't keep still. Like I'm trying to block everything. Finish doing. Going to games is probably more stressful than ever. Look up! Look up! Attack! Attack! Go! 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 Good minds! Watch the team and not be able to do nothing is more stressful than playing. So put it like that, but just anxious to get back, man. Finish! Yeah, Mike! Good, Mike! Good! Fight, Shonny. Fight, Shonny! Fight, Shonny! Z! Should have shot the hook, bro. Good job, boy. Good job. 1, 2, 3! Good work. Obviously, in the back of my head, it's like, when am I going to be back? Just to, you know, experience being out there with the team again, the players. I mean, obviously, the best fans I ever played for, in front of, being in front of them again. Yeah, I mean, that question I get asked a million times. How you doing? Hi, how are you?
How much are you busy?
Maybe until February sometime.
Oh, you have to come.
No, I'll be back soon. I'm the type of person that, like, when something bad's going on, I don't mind the messages coming in. I appreciate the messages for sure because it just kind of uplift me. Because mentally it was real difficult. Oh, a lot better, yeah, for sure. I miss y'all, I miss you too. I mean, I'm just as anxious as them. I miss it more than them. If they don't realize it, I miss it way more than they even miss it. They miss seeing me there on the field playing, but I miss playing the game.
Rezultatele arată bine pe radiografii, pe tot ceea ce înseamnă controle medicale, dar nu putem să grăbim procesul pentru că orice antrenament și orice stres pe care îl facem în zona respectivă are nevoie și de adaptare.
So I'm pretty much 100% like clear to do individual workouts like weights, you know, starting to lift a little heavier weights to try to get the strength back in my arm. So okay, it's fun because I'm able to get back to it, but it's not so fun because it's very difficult, but it's the process, you know.
5 times.
I'm just following doctor's orders, honestly. I mean, we're still aiming for February sometime, but I'm probably a little ahead of schedule, you know. I've been lucky with that, but just, you know, trying to stay focused and not rush things, man, because easily, like, you can rush it when you're so anxious to get back.
Because I go to the lab every day, I feel like I know these people, bro. These old ladies hugging me and stuff, saying hello, like...
Am trecut de perioada de intrare în efort și am început perioada de încărcare din punct de vedere cardiorespirator, al rezistenței și al tot ceea ce înseamnă crearea unui pachet cât mai bun pentru ca el când revine să poată să intre în jocul specific.
Put pressure on that forearm. Oh, yeah, man. What's the leg? Put the gloves on.
Bineînțeles că lucrăm din nou la recomandarea medicului, fiecare pas pe care îl facem. Dacă creștem în intensitate sau dacă se întâmplă lucruri noi, tot timpul ne consultăm cu medicul.
Every single day I'm working. I might get a day off here and there. You know, it started at the lab with Ika and Adi. Now I'm here at the gym, pretty much with the team all the time with Andre. We working every single day, doing so many different things, you know, alternating each day when it's heavy, then the next day is speed, you know, trying to get my body acclimated to doing that again. Everybody's hands-on, trying to help me, you know, and I'm giving my best effort because I want to be out there. I don't want to keep having to sit on the side, you know, that's not something I'm used to. I just want to get back out there.
Recuperarea poate să fie greoaie uneori, poate să fie rapidă. Eu cred că deseori e partea mentală care schimbă modul de a te recupera. Puțin mai avem de avut grijă cu partea de încărcătură, partea de forță. Are nevoie și de aia pentru că forța consolidează mult mai bine ceea ce înseamnă recuperare osoasă, dar nu putem să o împingem atât de mult cât ne-am dorit și rezultatele arată că mai are zona respectivă puțin nevoie să se consolideze și mai bine până a putea suporta anumite contacte din partea adversarului sau a jucătorilor. În același timp trebuie să lucrăm destul de mult mental cu ei pentru că deseori după prima parte există un entuziasm la început care apare, dar după ce intervine partea în care trebuie să împingă tot mai mult, poate uneori pe durere, poate uneori zi de zi, se văd cumva singuri într-o zonă mai, să zic așa, mai retrasă, nu nemai fiind în teren sau în lumina reflectoarelor și atunci pentru ei e foarte greu să împingă în fiecare zi să ajungă din nou la puterea pe care o aveau înainte și la calitatea fizică, să zicem așa, pe care o aveau înainte.
I'm just happy to be able to touch the ball and be able to do basketball again. Just to shoot and dribble and stuff, you know, it's very important to get back the feeling, you know, of the basketball. So when I do come back on the court, it's no like, let's ease into it. It's like, you know, I'm straight away ready to go. Man, amazing, man. Like, this is my livelihood. It's what I do. It's what I've been doing for a long time too. So just to get back to playing, I'm like a kid in a candy store, I guess you could say. It's tiring. I'm fatigued, but I just keep pushing through because I'm seeing the end goal, you know, and that's to get back on the court with the fellas and help them as much as I can. You know, my arm's feeling okay. Like, that's what I hurt. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, I hurt my arm. My arm's feeling okay, so I should be able to go out there and play. But that's just not how it works.
Am avut și momente în care a trebuit să ne oprim puțin, în care a intervenit oboseala accentuată.
Everything as far as my arm recovering was perfect. Everything was actually faster than it was diagnosed, I guess you could say. But I didn't calculate that I'm 35 now. I was out almost 3.5 months of nothing, like no strenuous activity. So my body had to get back used to that. My body had to get back used to running, taking contact, get used to just getting in shape again, you know? And that's what I was having, little injuries, like a strained muscle here, a pulled muscle here in my calf, or like, for instance, my hamstring or something, like just because my body has to get used to that, I guess, that intensity again.
Aceste lucruri apar deoarece organismul reacționează diferit. El e supus anumitor stresuri din diferite părți, stresul recuperării, stresul familiei, stresul antrenamentelor cu mine sau cu mingea și atunci, în momentul în care se încarcă prea mult un organism, trebuie să avem grijă să îl lăsăm încet să se readapteze și să îl ajutăm mai mult pe partea de refacere decât pe cea de a încărca sau a antrena continuu.
That's the thing that I'm having a fight with right now is from a mental aspect. I think I'm there. Mentally, I feel okay. I'm out there, I'm moving, but my body is like, is just telling me otherwise. Like, okay, you still have some time to get there. You still have some time to build, to continue to get in shape. And, you know, once you get to that level, then you'll be back to normal. But, I mean, mentally, it's hard, man, because you think you're there and, you know, it's all of a sudden you think after, like, damn, did I rush myself?
And it's a mental thing, you know, it's just something I have to get over step by step. Just being able to be around them, it helps me, you know, it motivates me even more because they want me back as well, you know, so it's just an extra push to push myself even more than I already am. Definitely, it makes it a little bit easier, you know, when I'm by myself. I have a lot of time, you know, just alone and thinking and just self-motivation. But the guys have been great, man, just being around them. You know, the team is really close, so the first time when I do practice, you know, getting hit, that'll be, I guess, an initiation, I guess, into getting back into contact, but just getting used to it again. Happy to be back on the court, happy to be, you know, just back with the guys, back around the team, just get some normalcy, I guess you could say, just trying to take it step by step so I can get back on the court with them for good. Definitely was very tired, you know, from the speed of the game and everything was just so fast, you know, trying to get back used to just the speed of the game and just getting used to being on the court and getting comfortable, like handling the ball and somebody defending you and you defending someone else. So, I mean, I'm excited and it's fun to get back used to the normal things. I don't know how to find any more words, just excited, man. I'm real close. The journey has been a long one. From the beginning of not being able to move to now being able to run and start playing again. So definitely super anxious and excited.
Normally, I'm never nervous for a game. I guess anxious is the only word I can say for being in a game. But this one, I was nervous, man. Nervous for the first time. I didn't tell nobody I was nervous. I didn't tell my wife, nobody. I just kept it to myself. But man, I was nervous, man.
Ca și antrenor pe partea de pregătire fizică, tot timpul simți o împlinire în momentul în care jucătorii reușesc să revină în teren, să fie cât mai în formă. Am avut mici urcușuri și coborâșuri, dar...
Ne-a surprins puțin, plăcut. Nu ne așteptam să revină înainte de Cupa României. Mă bucur că l-avem mai repede decât ne așteptam alături de noi și sunt convins că ne va ajuta să ne îndeplinim obiectivele acum pe final de sezon.
Nah, great feeling, man. You know, like when you almost at that finish line, you got to be careful with rushing it. You don't want to overdo it and rush it, you know, and sometimes you could be like that. But a lot of people from the outside would never understand that feeling. You know, as an athlete, a person that this is my job, this is my livelihood, this is what I do for a living, and I've been doing it for a long time. When you're away from it, it's like, man, you get just a little taste of being almost back. You're like, I'm all in.
Come on, let's keep on building good habits.
I didn't know what to expect, really. You know, I mean, I knew the reception I would get when they call my name. I figured the fans would, you know, show their appreciation, and I got chills through my body when that happened. But just, you know, the actual being on the court, I practiced, but not too many times, you know, to be like fully sure of myself. There was some nervousness, but once, literally after the first possession, like I just shot the first shot. Like the first time I touched the ball, I shot. I said it to myself, nobody else knew. But as soon as they passed to me, I shot. It didn't matter where I was, make or miss. I said, I just got to get this out the way, man, immediately. But it all worked out good. I got out there and I was able to, kind of just have that joy of playing the game again. That's what it was about. It wasn't about me making or missing a shot, me playing well or not playing well. It was just being out there with my teammates, my brothers out there, just fighting for a win and just loving what I'm doing.
First game back in front of the best fans in Romania, so it all was perfect, man. All was perfect. I appreciate them. Since day one, I've appreciated them. They've been behind me through the good times, bad times, injuries, things like that. They've been behind me. I get messages constantly, on social media from them. So I appreciate it, and I just try to give everything I can when I'm on the field. And now I'm happy to be back.
Some things can look so bad, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel of positivity. So, going through the thing with losing my dad, like that's the most devastating thing I've been through. But the next day I wake up, my kids looking at me, daddy, daddy, daddy. I still have to be a father. I still have to continue to live, and continue to be there for my wife, continue to be there for my mom, Then the next, I guess, mishap you could say, or like negative thing is, okay, you have the surgery on the knee. All right, next day you gotta wake up, man. The sun rises again, So it's like, hey, you gonna feel sorry for yourself, or you gonna pick yourself up and keep on moving? Same thing with my arm. Okay, devastating injury, first broken bone in my life. I'm 35. I finally break a bone. Oh, I'm gonna feel sorry for myself because you know what? Nobody else is gonna feel sorry for me. If they're my opponent, that's how I always take it. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for me. They really want to kick my ass, like, be honest. So I just try to pick myself up and keep building. And that's all I take it, man. The positive, there's always a positive in the negative. I think at the end of the tunnel is always some light, man. And just keep looking toward it and keep fighting.